Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be filling out the Battleground Map as it stands today on October 12th, 2019, looking at the map and exactly filling in the states, what states are going to be safe if the election was held today, which states lean, and what are the toss-up states, what are the candidates going to have to go through. Will Donald Trump have 270 out of the gate like many people thought Hillary Clinton had in 2016, or will the Democrat have 270? We'll have to take a look at this map and we'll have to find out. But we start off in Alaska, where it will be solid Republican, regardless of what some other political YouTubers out there are saying. No, Alaska is not going to go for the Democrat just because a Morning Consult poll has it close in approval rating. That's not exactly how it works in the presidential elections. But Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, the Dakotas, all of Nebraska except the 2nd District, also safe red. Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Missouri, South Carolina, all red, safe as well. Indiana is also a safe red state in 2020. I think Maine 2nd District will also go to Donald Trump in the safe column, so I think we could put that as safe for 2020. As for the Democrat safe states, I believe we will put California, Washington in there. Hawaii belongs there. The entire eastern seaboard here on these states on the right, except for the state of New Hampshire, as well as the state of New York and the state of Illinois, are also going to go in the safe blue column, as well as Maine's 1st District. And now we can fill in the likely states. We're already on the Democrat, so let's fill in the Democrat likely Dem states. Oregon will be likely Dem in 2020. It's really hard to see a Republican doing well enough to win there, but I do think Trump is going to get it under 10 points, and that will potentially be all it will take to get Oregon from the safe to likely column. As for the other likely blue states, New Mexico, we talk about it being close, and it really could be close when it's all said and done, but this is a very early map. It's a long shot, and we'll really have to see when it comes to New Mexico. I also think Colorado and Virginia also could be belonging in the likely blue column. As it comes down to the likely red states, Texas is one of them. I think Texas is the one that's going to be likely red. I think Trump will win it by over 5. Same thing with Iowa and the state of Ohio. These are going to be likely states in the Republican column, no matter what, usually if looking at it this way. This is just Trump against generic Democrat. It's possible states like New Mexico and Nevada would be closer with Warren than it would be with Biden, but we'll really have to see and wait. This is just as of right now. Things could very well trend into Donald Trump's favor when it's all said and done, but we'll have to see. As for the state of Florida, Florida will actually go to Trump in the lean column. Trump is an incumbent. Incumbents usually do very well in the state of Florida. Trump is going to win Florida in the lean column. As for the other states here, Georgia also lean red. North Carolina as well lean red. These states, Georgia really is the one that has the potential to trend blue. But then again, Stacey Abrams did get less votes than Hillary Clinton in a midterm election. So it's not necessarily one of those states that's an alarming thing for 2020. But 2024, look out for it. As for North Carolina, I think Trump will maintain his support and possibly grow it even in the rural areas so he can take that state again. A lot of military families there. He's got the VA accomplishments that he can tote and take down. The Democrat in North Carolina, Hillary spent her, I guess you would say, her most concerted effort there last time around, thinking that if she would win the state, she'd win the election. Well, she lost the state by 3 points, which is more than what Obama lost it by in 2012. So it's possible Trump could max the trend out and win by 5. But as of right now, I'll still put it in the lean red. Arizona is another state I think could fit in the lean red column. People talk about it being a pure toss-up. I don't see it in 2020, maybe 2024. Trump is not the best candidate for the suburbs, but there's a lot of exurban areas in the Maricopa County area that do support the president and do back him. The county did not necessarily trend uniformly, and there's a lot of Mormons there that did not vote for Donald Trump because they were not sure. about him being a proven conservative or not, but now they believe that he is, and I think that they will come out and vote for Donald Trump in 2020, partially because of this fact. As for the state of Maine at large, I think that's a pure toss-up. As for the state of New Hampshire, as well, pure toss-up, as well as Michigan, these states have trended significantly red over the past few election cycles, and I do think that Donald Trump has a good chance at winning all three. I think that Michigan, very bad polling in the Rust Belt. We've seen this before. But I think Michigan will stay with the president as well as New Hampshire and Maine. But as of right now, I still put them in the toss-up category. Nebraska's 2nd district, I think that's going to lean to Trump. I think Trump will improve in places like Omaha. Smaller city suburbs aren't necessarily poised to trend away from the president and the Republicans in 2020. Just because they may have done so in 2018 it does not necessarily mean much. 2012 was nothing like 2010. The midterms argument is constantly brought up by people in the comment section on my videos as well as other election prediction channels videos. It's just not quite accurate. As for the state of Nevada, I would consider it a toss-up with Warren. I'll have to put it in the lean blue column now, but it is subject to change. I think Trump could very well end up winning the state when it's all said and done, and I don't think it's necessarily a state that is going to have some sort of constant trend where it's just going to, be sort of a Colorado. I don't think it's going to fully turn out to be like a Colorado state. I do think Trump has a chance to win it, but as of right now, I put it in the lean blue column, much closer to tilt than closer to likely. As for the rest of the states here, Minnesota, Trump had a great turnout at a rally there, I guess you would say 2 nights ago, or last night, however you want to look at it. But I do think Minnesota is still a pure toss-up. Trump has much potential for growth in the state. He's got a lot of potential for growth. The Democrats don't have much to lose in the state, but if they do make gains and it does vote to the left of the country again, it's very possible that Democrats are going to be able to win the state of Minnesota again. But again, Trump would have won the state if it wasn't for Evan McMullin playing spoiler as a third-party conservative independent. So it's a state we'll have to watch again, and really interesting to see some polling data coming out closer to the election, of course, because polls don't matter now. As for the state of Pennsylvania, I would like to say it's lean Trump because of Western Pennsylvania, but the Philly suburbs and the eastern part of the state are trending in the opposite direction potentially. I think Trump would win the state even if it's against Biden. I think he'd win it handily if it's against Warren and possibly Clinton, who is also in 3rd place in the betting odds. She's at 10% chance at the nomination, and she is not even announced yet. We don't even know if she will announce, but Pennsylvania is going to stay a pure toss-up for now. I think Trump will win the state. You know my thoughts on the issue. And for the state of Wisconsin, I think Wisconsin is going to actually lean to Trump. I think Trump will easily win the state by over 2. I think he'll win it by like 3 or 4 points. It voted to the right of the country in the midterms by roughly around 4 points. It should very well end up being a state Trump can actually expand his margins on if you look at things like trends and build on his key constituency in the western part of the state, as well as lock down the wow counties in the state of Wisconsin, the Waukesha, Washington, and Ozaukee County in the Milwaukee area. A lot of those have been historically conservative parts of the state, but didn't really vote for Trump as much as they even voted for McCain, which is hilarious because Obama won the state by 17. But I do think Trump will make gains back in those parts of the state. I do think he'll get that type of independent conservative voter who either stayed home or voted third party in 2016 for sure. So if you look at the map now, the Democrats don't have a path to 270 in this map, although it's possible that a state like Wisconsin could go for the Dem, or I hate to say it, but Arizona, but it's very early. I don't see it happening. It's possible Trump could flip a state like Nevada, maybe even New Mexico or Colorado, but it's something we're going to have to look at and see. But 270 to 216, and the election will once again be fought in this part of the country: Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota, as well as I think Democrats will put more time and energy on places in the South, Southeast, like Georgia, Florida, North Carolina. As for places on the West Coast, such as Nevada, Arizona, this is also the Southwest has also become another place where campaigns will campaign. And people campaign all across the country in our electoral system. I don't really understand why people make the garbage arguments against the Electoral College. It's like, oh, but California doesn't get the people. Well, they get all the fundraisers, and then they go campaign in the rest of the country. But that's not the argument I'm making here. The argument I'm making here is Trump will probably end up winning in the battleground map we have here. Democrats going to struggle when it's all said and done, regardless of what early polls say. But thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like this video. Please drop a comment below and hit the big red button to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Red Eagle, out.